take a look at this application problem for lesson 21. 105 students were divided equally into 15 teams. And you've got two questions, don't you? How many players were on each team? Let's start with that one. Mason, what problem do you think you should do? Just for A. Don't worry about B. Just think about A. 105 students were divided equally into 15. Divide. Okay. So my dividend is what?
105.
And I'm dividing by.
15.
So what would you skip count by here?
15.
15's. Awesome. Okay. So tell me what to write, and you write it. Right along with me.
15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 100.
Oh goodness. Do we have an answer?
Yes.
So 15 times what equals 105? 7. And we did quite a bit of this yesterday, didn't we? I think 2 or 3 times. Okay. So how many players were on each team? 7 players on each team. So I'm just going to write 7 players here. Okay?
7 people.
Yeah. 4 people. Whatever you want. Or children, students, kids. If each team had 3 girls, how many boys were there altogether? Now, I'm right away, I'm thinking of a tape diagram.
Yeah.
Okay? How many teams are there?
13.
15 teams. So let's worry about that later. Should we figure out one team?
Yes.
Okay. So the best way to figure out one team, I was thinking, do your tape diagram and put a 7 on the top. What do you think? And then how many of those are girls? 3, so the rest would be boys. But then I was thinking, okay, wait a minute. Don't we usually multiply and divide with tape diagrams? Yes. What is that thing we can draw that we add and subtract with? Huh? No, we still multiply and divide with an area model. Think back to 2nd grade or 1st grade.
That little bubble thing?
Oh, yeah, that little bubble thingy. What are those called?
Number bond.
Number bonds. So go ahead and make a number bond. Okay? And this is just for one team. 7 players, right? On each team. And how many are girls?
3.
3 are girls.
4.
And there are 4 boys. Now, you could have done that in your head. But what about the RDW method?
Redraw right.
Right. This is an idea of what you could go ahead and draw. Okay? Now, to figure out 15 teams, what do we have to do next, Mariana? What do you think? It says how many boys were there all together? Yeah, what number? Not 3, just 4. Good. So 15 times 4, we already know what that is, don't we? What is it? 60. So how many boys were there all together? 60 boys. And we won't mess with writing a sentence right now. Okay, let's talk about the lesson. So the only difference today from the last lesson is that we're using, most of the time we're using 3-digit dividends. Okay? All right. So very first thing I want you to do is write your problem. And for the estimate, we know that we're kind of changing it a little bit because we like the skip counting. But let's go ahead and round 47 to the nearest 10th. What is that? Okay, go ahead and write it down. What will we skip count by? 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's probably far enough. Then go back and add your zeros. So what number over here is closest to 256 without going over? 250. So let's try that can be our estimate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's try a 5. Okay, so 47, you cannot make 47 groups out of the number 2. You cannot make 47 groups out of the number 25. So your 5 has to go above the 6. Now, on the scrap paper somewhere else, I will do 47 times 5. Do you have room on the edge of your paper somewhere where you can do that? Okay. So 7 times 5. Will that number work? Let's try it. Okay? So did you get 235?
Yes.
Okay. Write that down. And go ahead and subtract. So is the remainder less than the divisor?
Yes.
Okay, let's check it. How do I check it?
47
Times 5 plus 21. So our estimate of 5 worked out, didn't it? Okay, let's look at the next one. I think we only have 4 problems, don't we? Do you have enough room to write? Did I spread them out far enough? Okay. All right. So the next problem, we've got 236 divided by 39. What should we round 39 to? 40. Okay, what will we skip count by? 4s. 4, 8, help me out.
12, 16, 20, 24,
One more?
28.
28. Okay, go back and add your zeros. Now, why can we stop when we get to 280?
Because it's over.
Because it's over our dividend, 236, okay? All right, so which number without going over?
200.
200. So we will estimate 200 divided by 40, 1, 2, 3, 4.
5.
Okay. Now, follow along with me even if you think I'm doing this wrong, okay? If you've already written it down, fine, don't change yours, but let's see what happens here. So 39 is larger than 2, and 39 is larger than 23. Are you getting pretty good at chunking those numbers
Yeah.
in your mind? Okay, kind of like when you read. So if you want, if it helps, put your zeros up there to hold the place value, and we're going to try a 5. Then over here, 39 times 5. I got the wrong number. What's 9 times 5?
45.
I did 9 times, or 8 times 5. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 4. What do you think?
Go up and
Okay, let's just try it. This is what I looked at on the video. So let's just try it. I had to hide the phone from Lily because she thinks it's awesome. Okay, so 6 minus 5, and then 13 minus 9. 4. So this is too large. Now I want you to watch what the strategy is that you're learning today. Instead of erasing and starting over, we know we can fit another group of 39 into here, can't we?
Yeah.
So cross off the 5 and make it a 6. And then all you have to do is put another group of 39 on there. Kind of clever, huh? So put another group of 39 on here. And now 11 minus 9 is, so our answer is 6, remainder what?
2.
So that's what we will check. Okay, are you following me? It's kind of clever, isn't it? So 39 times 6. Oh, wow. And add your remainder. And, whoops. Does it match the number you started with?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the strategy that we're learning today. How to, instead of starting over, just redo it. Or just cross it off and keep moving up. Okay? Okay? Instead of starting over, if you figure out, okay, this number's too small, just cross it off and keep going. All right, let's look at problem 3. Wonder if it's going to do the same thing to us. Probably. What am I going to round 46 to? 50?
45.
You want to do 45? Can you count by 45s?
No.
I can't either. You want to count by 40s?
No, let's try 45. Yeah, let's try 45.
Let's do 40s. Okay? So I'm going to round it. Whoops. What's the first thing I need to do? Write my problem down.
We don't forget.
Right, and I don't write the wrong numbers in there. Okay, so skip count by what number? 4s. I have to go a little further this time, don't I? So according to this, I should try a 9. Is that right? Do you want to try a 9?
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned about that because we rounded down so far.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
The other one
You want to try an 8 instead?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do 320. And divided by, 32 divided by 4 is 8, right? Okay, so on the scrap paper, I'm going to write it right here so it doesn't get in my way. I'm going to do 46 times 8. Oh, lo and behold, we kind of guessed right, didn't we? We did. So will an 8 work?
Yes.
Yes, it will. 8 times 46 is what? What'd you get when you multiplied? 368. So what's the remainder? 1. Okay, so check it. 46 times 8, which we already did. Plus what?
1.
Is 369 the number I started with?
Yes.
All right. I think we have one more problem.
Yes.
Okay. Is it going to get any harder? We'll see. So this problem, it's higher anyway, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, 712 divided by 94. So count by, round 94 to what? 90? I think so. Because I know how to count by 9s really well. So skip count by 9s. I could probably stop at 720, can't I?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're going back in time to 3rd grade with your skip counting? Sort of. Till we add the 0, right? So Grant, what number is closest to 712 without going over? 630. Let's try that. So 630, 63 divided by 9. What is it? 7. So let's try 7. I keep changing my mind where I want to write this. I think I'll write it over here because I think I'm right. And then I write it over there and I'm wrong. But we'll try it. So 94 times 7. See what you get. You think it'll fit? I mean, I don't think I can fit another 94 in there. So let's write it down, 658. Finally, I think I guessed right on where to write the problem. So I see regrouping. This is kind of difficult regrouping also. So I've got a 12, a 10, and a 6. Is that what you have? Okay. 12 minus 8. 10 minus 5. Is my divisor or my remainder less than my divisor? Good. So remainder 54. So the only thing I have left to check is to add my remainder in.
Yep, it's all correct.
And it's all correct. So I guess I'm just going to keep writing the multiplication problem over here under check in case it works out for me. All right, that's lesson 21. Good job, boys and girls.